Hey everybody, it's Ozone. Welcome back to my little corner of the world here in Vintage Story. It's been a pretty busy time in between episodes, quite honestly. I haven't been able to do as much on the house as I might like, but I have gone out and gone exploring and been able to cast some more stuff out of bronze, which is all really good. But it's also been a period of really intense rift activity, and it's driven me away from the house a couple times. Well, check out these clips. It's pretty crazy. Jeez, oh Pete, come on game, give me a break. What am I supposed to do about that? And guess what? It's also basically winter. All of my cranberry and currant bushes have died, so I've removed them, and we're starting to get ice on the lake. Yeah, it's pretty cold. If we look at my character thing, it says we're minus 2 degrees C. And yeah, we've got some snow and frost on the ground in the morning. And yeah, winter is almost here. Now it says winter starts in December and it's only the 4th of November. But you know what? This is realistic. It's cold, and you know what? Honestly, the days are getting shorter, I believe. Like, the sun is really low on the horizon over there, and it gets dark pretty quick. So I think for the time being, for winter anyway, I'm going to be sticking close to home. It's gotten pretty hard to go out and go do any exploring and collecting because there aren't any natural resources to be found. The main thing in terms of food is the bushes, and those are all completely empty. Now you can find wild animals and collect the meat and stuff from them, but I think I might just, I don't know what I'm going to do once winter starts, and that's going to be hard. But I have been able to get out and get some more material. I went up to the old beach house where I first panned for copper and collected all of the stone that I had left there. And well, I'm making progress on the house. It's not as much as I would like, quite honestly, especially the roof. Man, oh man, that just takes a lot of materials. But I'm almost got enough cobblestone to finish out the walls. But while I was up there, I accidentally encountered a bear. I went out at nighttime to try to collect some more thatch for the roof and just walked smack into a bear. He got a couple good hits on me before I made it back to the house, and he was so intent on getting to me through the house. That thing could jump up the full 3 blocks tall that I made the house, and it was pouncing around on top of the roof trying to get to me. I did it! I killed it! Oh! I did it! Wow! And so I got these 3 huge rawhides. I've got several smaller rawhides and this large rawhide from a deer. So one of the big things that I really want to get into is leatherworking, since I've got these hides and they're going to go bad. And so to prepare for that, I've adapted the roof area up here to be a leatherworking area. And I've got these barrels set up so that I can work with them. And a nice water source because you need a lot of water. The poor beam down there must just be groaning under the weight of all of this, but you know what? It works. But on a side note, I had some drifters spawning in up here because the torches went out. So I've got to keep the area lit up really well in order to keep the drifters at bay. And that includes the house as well. I had several rifts spawning essentially right next to the house or clipping with the house even. And I got a little tired and asked on the Discord, how do you stop the rifts from spawning like in the middle of your base? And they said, light it up. So I've got torches on all the corners of the house, and I guess I'm going to have to stay on top of that and keep those guys going at all times. It'd be nice to expand out and keep them even further at bay, but the torches only last for 2 days, and that's a lot of maintenance to keep up with. I mean, I guess that's the price you got to pay. I gotta get out here to these trees and collect all of the sticks that I can. Yeah, I've got a lot of sticks, but it looks like I'm going to need a bunch more. And by the way, yeah, look at how low the sun is on the horizon. It just barely gets high at all. And so, yeah, that's really impacting the length of the day and the time that I can spend outside. Also, I made a bigger rabbit trap pit. Unfortunately, I haven't trapped any more rabbits, but I did trap another boar. And this one is a boar, meaning it's a male. I don't remember what the other pig one that I have over here. I had that piglet that grew up, and what kind of thing is it? And will they mate? This is a sow. Okay, yeah, that's a female. So I can actually get these guys to mate if I get them together. Getting them together might be a bit of a challenge. That's a long way away, unfortunately, but that's really good. Now I can actually get into the animal husbandry, start growing up some animals, and maybe, I don't know, domesticate them really is the goal. So cool. Now I just got to figure out how to get them together. Well, I guess that's a challenge for another day. Since the sun is out, I'm going to set out to collect a whole bunch of grass and maybe be able to work on finishing that roof. And then once nighttime comes around, then we'll head back inside and work on the leather working. Wow, look at that. It's like only 3 o'clock and the sun is setting in the distance over there. Makes it really hard to get things done outside. Yep, I don't know what I'm going to do all winter. Stay cooped up inside and try to make stuff? I don't even know what I'll make without all the resources, though. This could be a boring winter. Well, to start off with the leatherworking, we need that borax. I was able to head out south and collect borax in the last episode. So I don't know exactly how much we need, but we can put it up in here in the cairn and just grind it all up. I don't really believe that there's any use for borax other than this. And if there is, well, I'll have to go back and get some, I suppose. Well, that's boring, so I'll just get that part done anyway. I think 14 should be enough. We also are going to need some oak logs and all of the hides as well. And of course, the first step is just to fill up the barrels. That's why I've got the water source up here. We got to fill it all the way up. It takes 5 bucket loads to get there. Now we see that we can mix some of the borax with it. I think that we're supposed to mix 5 of the borax with it. I don't know. It doesn't tell me how much of the powdered borax I need to put in there in order to... Usually this content changes when it's at a recipe that works. And it doesn't seem like it's changing. Aha! I didn't have enough. It took 20 powdered borax, and now I have my 50 liters of diluted borax. And at this point, this is where the hides can go in. But apparently I cannot put all of the hides into the same bucket because they're of different sizes. But that's I guess okay. One thing at a time. So by putting the rawhide in here with the diluted borax, it will turn into 3 soaked hides after 18 hours of sealing. So I guess it's a good thing I've got extra barrels and the ability to make more barrels. But I kind of don't want to use up all of my borax. I don't know if it will use up all of my borax. I don't know what will be left in the barrel when it's done, but I guess we'll find out. I guess it's worth it to go ahead and do the leather working. So let me go get more borax, I suppose. There we go. 3 solutions of borax. And we got another temporal storm happening. Oh, gee, great. All right, well, since these things are going to be good for a little while in here, I mean, just putting them in here makes them good for a long time. I really feel like I want to wait and collect more hides because this obviously can take a lot. I think I read that this can take 25 small hides, and I think it will use up the borax. So actually, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and seal up this because I am not going to be taking another bear. That is for sure. So we'll seal this up, and now in 18 hours or whatever, yeah, 18 hours, it'll be ready to go. Well, the next part of this, though, is weird. You got to make tannin, and that means you put some logs into the water and seal it up, and that takes 24 hours. So we'll do that. There's another step also that requires you to make strong tannin. So just 5 logs after 24 hours will make weak tannin. You add another 5 logs in another 24 hours and reseal it, and that makes the strong tannin. But at least I've got my 2 tannin solutions here ready to go for whenever I do decide or get the opportunity to take the hides out of here. So yay! Unfortunately, we've got this temporal storm, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? You just got to work through it, I guess. And you know what? I've stopped wearing my armor so much, especially while I'm just staying close to the house, because I need to preserve my food and I need to minimize my hunger. Yep, because that's winter. That's what's going to happen, or at least that's what I think that's going to happen. So anyway, I'm back in my work clothes. Oh wow, I have no idea how this guy spawned in here. I thought it was light enough. That's a bad one. That's a corrupted. It almost killed me. Oh man, looks like I really need to put my armor back on. Yeah, it's supposed to only spawn at low light levels, and I thought the house was lit up well enough. Clearly not. Oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm probably gonna die. Oh, wow. I don't think it spawned upstairs. I think it spawned right there. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. Well, let's get this place really lit up well, because I really don't think I can survive another encounter with one of these corrupted drifters. Whew, the temporal storm finally subsided. We've still got regular drifts and drifters outside, but I managed to not die. And maybe surprisingly, I have not died at all in this world. And I don't plan on starting yet. Whew, that was a close one though. Hey, it looks like our hides are done. We have 3 soaked huge hides. And also interestingly, there's a lot of borax solution gone. I really wasn't sure what would happen with this. So it looked like the 3 huge hides each used 10 liters of the borax in it. It reduced it. That is very interesting. All right, well, the next step for these hides is to process them by scraping them with a knife. And then we get these scraped hides. Easily done. Now, luckily, these guys don't have any freshness. They don't spoil now. We've stopped the spoilage. But we're supposed to put them in tannin, which this is not yet ready. So I think for right now, I'm just gonna lay them out on the floor. These guys look pretty neat on the floor, honestly. All right, and for my other hides that I've got in these barrels, they're gonna last for quite a few days. So one of my tasks is gonna be to go out and try to get more hides, but that's going to have to wait another time because, well, we've got nighttime and we've also got some growlers outside. Yay, it's a never-ending process. Wow, it looks like we got another pig here. Or maybe it's the same pig? I don't know. But I'm going to taunt her to come chase me. Oh, come on. Okay, now you're after me. Come on. I want you to get... Really? Ah. Alright. Well, we got to do something a little smarter than she is. I was going to try to get her to chase me into the pit. But for now, honestly, I just want to keep her trapped. And then I'll worry about trying to get her somewhere else. Like, I want to make a farm pit, you know, I want to make an animal livestock pen, probably right about in here, honestly. And so, at least this way, she's not going to run away. And then I can try to get her matched up with this boar in here. But I guess let's go make some fences and get this animal pen started. I think I'm just going to kind of go with a nice row of fence posts. Well, they don't really need that much room, I don't think. So let's just make a smallish pen right now, and I can grow it later on. Good, good. We need a gate on at least, I want it on both sides. That should work out just fine. Now let's see if we can funnel the old boar, or the old sow anyway, into this. And I'm just going to make a dirt channel and utilize the fence wall that I've got right here as a way to, I don't know, make it a little bit easier for me. So if I bring it and open that and block this off completely. Is that not going to block off? Oh, there we go. I didn't have enough. Okay. So that should be good to channel the sow into here. Now the question is, will she go? Can we do something to encourage her besides punching her? Because that didn't really seem to work. This kind of works. Yeah, this is kind of working. Nope. I don't want you to go back any further. Let's go. Come on. I at least want you to get out of here. And then maybe overnight you'll find your way into the pen. Because as usual, I've got to worry about nightfall coming soon because it's rapidly approaching. No. Stop. Just like Minecraft, villagers and animals are stupid. It's going to take a little bit of time. Out. Dang it. She got out. Ah, all that work. Ah, and it's nighttime. There's just not much I can do. The other one, the other boar, I'm trying to get it in place too. And it hasn't worked yet. I haven't punched it though. But again, it's nighttime. The day just goes by so fast. Well, the nice thing about the day going by quickly is that our barrels of tannin are now ready. But we still have to make one into strong tannins. So throw another 5 oak logs in here and reseal it, and that will turn this one into strong tannin. We need the weak tannin for our hides, and it'll take 3 days to do this. It'll probably also use up 30 liters of this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't foresee me getting any more of these huge hides, so I might as well process these up as a batch by themselves. All right, well, leather is in the works. It takes a long time, though, and honestly, I think I might want a few more barrels, as, you know, I might want to do it in smaller batches. Oh well, one thing at a time. I just got to make it through the night yet again. But I guess this gives me the opportunity to look into making some bread. I do think bread is going to be the one thing that is like really stable and going to allow some long travel, I guess, away from here. Right now, because of the extremely short days and stuff, I really feel like I have to stay really close to home. And I've just been doing a lot of projects around the homestead in the meantime. But should I decide that I need to go out for any length of time, I do think bread might be the way to go. So let's try to make up some bread. And of course, I made this kern almost specifically to make bread. So we got to grind up the grain into flour. Of course, it's just like the other stuff. We just got to sit here and hold it. Very good. Now we got a bunch of flour, and look at how long flour is good for. Wow. Years. 9 years. Well, that's inside this kern, which has a long perish time, but still 1.5 years just in my regular inventory. And I think the other thing that we need is water, and I think we just put the bucket and the flour together. Okay, now we get bread dough. And yeah, this perishes, but let's make a little bit of dough. We've got 2 days to do it. Very nice. And I didn't talk about it, but this oven is the way that we make bread. I think we just plop the dough in there. Can we do more than one? We can do 4 at a time. Okay. But we have to put some... I thought we had to put some things in there. Let's try to put 4 loaves of bread in there. And then just light it. We got to put some fuel in there, don't we? Okay. Apparently not. We don't have to put some fuel in there. Or is it actually burning my dough? I can't tell, honestly. There's no interface to this. I guess I'm risking 4 pieces of dough. Okay, no, I'm wrong. It does require some fuel. And yeah, it just burned up one of my lumps of dough. Ah. So there we go. Let's try to put some firewood in here. And now we can light it. Now how do we put the dough in here? I don't see any interface. Wait until the fire is out, it's telling me. Oh, so we got to heat it up with the fire, and then we can put the bread dough in there. This is going to be a challenge because you got to pull the bread dough out at just the right time. You can overcook it. Unlike stuff with the cooking pot in the campfire here, you can't really overcook that and you can't ruin it. But when doing bread in the oven here, you can overcook it and you lose saturation. You lose potency, I guess. All right, so there's my 4 pieces of bread, and I think we just have to watch it until it turns into the right kind. I honestly don't know. I am staring intently at the screen because I don't know when I'm going to have to remove the bread. It should turn into partially baked bread. Yes, partially baked. And then it should turn into perfectly baked bread, or just baked bread. And as soon as that happens, that's when I need to remove it. I think I can throw more dough in at that point too, because the oven's still pretty hot. But if you turn your back, you're going to overdo it, and that's not good. There we go. Let's put some more lumps of bread in and try this again, because the oven is still pretty hot. Rather finicky, unfortunately. But also, I guess, a good nighttime activity when I really don't have anything else going on. All right, round 2 of spelt bread done. Let's stick one more lump in there and see if we can get one more lump of bread cooked while the oven is still hot. The oven is staying hot for a long time, honestly. I could probably do a lot more than the 10 pieces of bread that I did do. Yeah, pretty easily. One of the really nice things about bread is that it stacks, which is a lot better than anything that you make with a pot and a bowl, because they don't really stack. So being able to stack it in your inventory is a really convenient way for travel. So I think I called it right. I think bread is going to be the way to go when and if I decide I want to move and do something kind of far away from home, like maybe going out and catching some animal hides, or maybe going down south again and looking for more borax, or going out and looking for more copper, or, you know, whatever. But I'm glad to at least have done it and know how to do it, because I really wasn't sure how to do it, honestly. And wow, look at the freshness on this bread. 1.5 years. But in terms of saturation, we get 300 from a good loaf of bread, and this is only 210, but spelt only gives you 60 otherwise, so you're 5 timesing the saturation of the individual grains in order to put it into bread. Now compare that to the porridge but in the bowl here, and this is rye, but I think it's the same saturation. But while this is 480 saturation, remember it takes 2 pieces of grain to make a bowl of porridge, so your grain isn't going as far with porridge as it would if you made it into bread. And with winter right around the corner, I'm actually honestly worried about food and surviving through the winter. So I'm going to be doing a whole lot more bread baking, it seems. But I'm pretty happy with that. And it's daytime, so let's go see if our boar actually made it to the pen. That is going to be the important part, really. And hey, he did! He did! All right! Yay! Welcome to the pen, boar. Well, let's take all this down and see if I can go find the sow, or maybe work on getting the sow over from the other hole. Is the sow that was trapped over there the same sow that was trapped in the hole over there? I don't really know. I don't think so. I don't think she can get out. I had made a lot of walls here trying to keep the sow from going backwards. And it was in the process of making one of these walls that I put down a block and she got out. But for the most part, the channel is good, right? This process is valid. So let me go see if the sow is in the pit over there, like I hope. And she is. Okay. So all I got to do is make another channel to keep the sow corralled up into this channel. And maybe we can actually get her into the pen too. 2. All right, well, she has the ability to get out. And now let's just see if she will. I've got a bunch of other chores to do, so I think I'm going to go do other chores until that time. But yeah, we've got a long way to go. While I'm here, I suppose I should go ahead and replace all of this rock with dirt, since I have so much dirt, and I actually need the rock in order to finish out my house. So I feel like it's worthwhile to try to lure them with food. Does the sow seem interested that I have turnips in my hands? I believe that they like turnips, but does she seem interested in following me because I've got turnips? No, apparently not at all. So I've just got to keep adding dirt to minimize her options. Make it so that she just can't go anywhere else except here. And so here we are after a little bit of off-camera wrangling. I've got both of them together in the pen, which is a really great accomplishment. I am really excited about this. Animal husbandry is obviously going to be something that's really important for the game and getting a constant source of food, which is why I want to get these guys bred up and start making some little piggies. Now, just like Minecraft, that happens when you feed them. And I'm going to be using flax grain. Flax grain is really bad saturation for me to eat, but I think it really doesn't matter. It's all about portions of food when it comes to the pigs here. So let's put some flax grains into the trough here. And looks like we got 14 in there. They should, no, we got 7 portions in there. It says they need to eat to full saturation. And while this sow does say she's ready to mate, she needs to eat 10 portions. So I think I'm going to just keep putting stuff in here and hope, but she's doing it. She is eating. So let's see. It takes 2 grain to put a portion in there. So I've got enough grain with me to make 16 portions. I hope that's okay. It does say that their saturation has to be up, and it doesn't tell you what their saturation is by looking at the thing. So I'm just gonna sit here and clear out some grass. Makes it a little easier to see what's going on, and let's maybe wait until we can see some magic happening. Also, for what it's worth, I've got a block outside the fence so that anything outside can actually make it into the pen, and it's a one-way trip. They can't get out. So maybe I can actually trap another boar, or, well, anything else, honestly. I'll take anything that I can trap in here. All right, well, it says the sow now has eaten 10 portions, ready to mate. Let's hope that the magic happens. Just kind of waiting here. Oh, there, it says is pregnant. I didn't see them get together or anything, but yay, I have a pregnant piggy now. That's some great progress, I'd say. We're going to have some little piggies in a few days. Oh, wow. Nice. Very nice. And yeah, that took most of a day. It took most of a day to just do this thing with the pigs here. Oh my goodness. The days just go by so fast. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to leave the episode. Again, so much progress here at the house. I've got the house finished. Got the second half done. I learned how to do leather working. I learned how to bake bread. And I've got a pregnant piggy in the pen back there. Unfortunately, winter is just right around the corner. It is the end of November, and it'll be winter proper in the next episode. So let's see how well I can do as we continue to move forward. I think in between episodes, I'm going to try to go out and set some traps and try to lure in some rabbits and chickens and try to expand on my animal husbandry. Also, I think I need to make a barn, like a real barn building, to try to protect those animals and keep them safe. But that's a challenge for another day. Today, we are all done. So I'll say thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing. And until we meet again, remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.